Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Pemko. This is their part number 177AV. This is a piece of, this is a nice threshold. This is a nice threshold because it's a bit thicker than some of the standard thresholds from Pemko. This is clearly intended for commercial use. Because of its type and application, so we'll get all into that. So the 177 is representative of this profile. This is what's called a latch track threshold, which kind of refers to the extrusion profile back here. We could call it a bump-up threshold. I would certainly call it that, and I do all the time. It's a bump-up style threshold. A little cut in the vinyl that's there. That's just because how it was turned down when it was packaged, but the vinyl's always sent long. So not to be too concerned about the fact that that's a little slice there. You're gonna the point is you trim that off anyway. Typically going to see this in an exterior door that swings out. That's the bottom line. This threshold is multifaceted, and here's why. Well, first of all, the 177 profile is its dimensional properties are perfect for hollow metal doors and frames. It's 5-inch wide. It is 1/2 inch tall over here, okay, and that makes it perfect for 3/4 inch undercut on the doors, and it's 7/8 overall height. So the height is perfect for common undercuts of hollow metal doors, which by standard are 3/4 inch. Having a positive seal, so that when the door makes contact with the face of the bump up insert, whether it be vinyl, it could also be pile, it could also be a synthetic rubber like Pemko preen. Talk more about that in a moment. You get a very positive seal. Okay. Another reason it's multifaceted is because imagine if you had a big box store, and on the back wall of this building there were 2 or 3, certainly 3 by code, depending on the occupancy, pairs of doors that were emergency exits, had surface vertical rod devices. Well, the latch track moniker comes in because right down in here, this feature to the back of the threshold can act as the strike from the bottom latch of your exit device, making it multifaceted in that regard. Good height, good seal, good function back here if it's an exit device. If it's not an exit device, you don't care. Obviously, a 3-foot piece like this is probably not an exit device. Available in the A for mill aluminum finish, available in D for dark bronze, available for G for gold, which would be a matte gold color, and then you could also do it in a SN for satin nickel. That'd be another finish you can do it in. The inserts, V is vinyl, and you'd only use vinyl if cost was the most important thing. I couldn't see buying a multi-featured threshold like this and then using vinyl. I'd go with a Pemko preen is what I would use. I'll give you the code for that as soon as I pull the book up. You could do a 177 in a pile. In a T. T would be the preferred insert for a thermoplastic. Vinyl is the lowest performing when it comes to exposure to cold, ultraviolet. Pile would be good because that's just a very soft pile. You might use that if you knew you were going to compress it significantly at one end, but not so much at the other, maybe as a result of some towing of the jambs. But thermoplastic would be higher performance, and that'd certainly be what I would use in that regard. The threshold is going to be used in those applications where you have those instances where you want to be able to positively seal the door. The only downside to this, or I wouldn't say downside, but this threshold, in my opinion, is incomplete without a door sweep, okay, or a mortised automatic door bottom. Where do you want your front line of defense? Well, not back here where it's already the inside of the opening. I'd want to stop the weather right out here. So because of that bevel that's here, I would absolutely add a door sweep out here, is what I would do. I'd have my belts and my suspenders. That's what I would do. Seal that off really nice. Okay. This is listed in the website in lots of different lengths. This is a 3-foot piece. It's listed for sure from 2 foot to 8 foot. You can have longer than 8 foot, probably up to pushing 16 foot. We just don't list those lengths because the cost to ship longer than 8 foot is generally prohibitive. If you needed one piece, it would be noticeably expensive. However, if you needed 30, wouldn't be a big deal. But we can order it for you. We just don't list them because the cost to ship is generally quite prohibitive. Doesn't mean we can't do it. Happy to do it. Reach out to us if you need help. Speaking of length, if you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces and indicate in the comment field the net length that you'd like for us to cut the material back to. And the reasoning is because you may not want to cut this, is the reason. If you had a 2'6" door, you could. If you were to cut this 3 foot down, you'd probably eliminate that countersink that's there. And speaking of that countersink, screws are included in a complementary finish. So you'll be stuck not only cutting it, but also drilling the hole and countersinking it. And it's generally in the countersinking phase where the installer or the person who doesn't make a living installing thresholds indoors realizes, oh, I have no way to countersink this. So you can avoid all that. Just order the next longest piece or pieces, indicate the net length that you want us to ship it out at, and that's how we'll go about doing it for you. Okay. The other feature that I like of this threshold is these ridges that are here, right in the bottom of the threshold, underneath my finger. I think that helps the lateral movement, especially of a threshold that's going to be constantly hit like this. Those forces are going to be hitting that. The traffic going over it's going to be hitting it this way. Two things. Those ridges are nice. They'll help keep it stable. Also, that really exemplifies the reason to have solid anchoring. The fact that they include screws there, I think, is because it would be incorrect to not send any fasteners. But if it was me, I'd be looking to upgrade to flathead machine screws, like a 1032 machine screw with lead anchors, which we can supply you with. Just reach out to us, and we'll be happy to do that for you. Okay. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Pemko products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. I'm quite partial to Pemko, and it's because of their people. Simply because of their people. Nice, caring people who really, really bend over backwards to do the job well for you. If you have any questions on the Pemko 177 AEV, bump-up style threshold, or any other Pemko product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.